Hey, welcome back to Milton Daily Homes. Chuck here. We have a list of 18 properties today, and hope you had a great weekend. I was actually really busy. A lot of people think real estate shuts down on a long weekend, but it just doesn't happen. So next weekend, looking ahead, Milton Buyer Class is happening on Saturday afternoon. You can go to miltonbuyerclass.com if you want more information, but taking you right through the whole process. We talk about all the steps, hidden costs. We talk about 3 incentive programs that could really lead to more than $10,000 of free government money. Credit scoring. We look at the 4 things lenders look at. The online qualification tools just aren't good enough. You want to know this stuff. Then we get into real estate, how to guarantee your agents protecting you. We look at how to get access to homes before they're buyers. We talk about the difference between education and touring and shopping for a home and why you want to spend time in each one of those phases. We look at how to kind of connect the dots between your left and right brain when you're searching. That sounds a little obtuse, but I guarantee that once people understand that, their decisions are better because their values are clear. We get into real life home inspection slides. There's just some great information there. So it takes a couple hours. There's no cost to attend, and we've got cookies and tea and coffee and everything else. We give you a book that you can take back with you. So if all of that sounds good, just go to miltonbuyerclass.com, fill it in, let us know how many people are coming, and we would welcome you with open arms to come and learn some really good information. So let's get started with today's list of 18 properties. There's not much in this list that I would say that you don't see often on the list. So there's one at the end that's, kind of a future value land kind of thing. But I like the price point on this one on Ontario Street. 3-bedroom, 2-washer. Maintenance fees are a little bit higher than the average at $347. But it's getting hard to find a condo townhouse under $300,000. I don't know if it backs onto to Ontario. It's hard to tell from the angles. You probably have to drive by to check it out. But it looks like they've done some renovations. The main floor is actually pretty big. That's a more original bathroom right there. But that's kind of what you get for close to $300,000. And then there's another one here on Laurier that's about 20 grand more. I like the walking distance for both of these. I mean, on Ontario Street, you could walk to Louis' Diner, get a slice of pizza. Over here, you get pizza. There's no shortage of pizza places in Milton, but you'll get groceries. The Dairy Queen's not far from here. For kids, you've got that Toboggan Hill right at the 60 Mile Creek there. So good stuff close to this one here. If you look at the pictures inside, it has a little bit more renovation, a bit of an artistic photo there. I think any time you see a table set in a listing, I think they're trying a little too hard. But this one has, you have to weigh this one out and say, all things being equal, are the upgrades in this one worth $20,000 compared to, the one on Ontario? Besides that, lots of similarities. I like the location of both of them. This one on Fowles just dropped their price by about $10,000. They're at $379. We have seen this model, the small 1040 square foot Cherrywood model. We've seen this model sell in the 370s and actually not, I don't think, as nice as this one. The biggest benefit from my perspective is that right there. You're not far from a nice bit of green space. There's some tennis courts right there. And just kind of off in the distance, you get some beautiful sunsets off of the escarpment. So this one's definitely facing the right way. And, I like it. I think these ones have dramatically jumped in price, even in the last 6 months. But they've kind of, leveled off a little bit. And I could see them definitely getting something in the 370s. I went to see this one on Merit on the weekend, $525. I had a client email me about it too. So obviously it kind of showed up well on the MLS. Now, single car garage, you've got a front room here, and then you kind of go through, and then you've got, that's the front room. And then further back, you've got what looks like a renovated kitchen. It looks like it's actually done, like it's all pretty new. You can even see that there's even some unfinished paint up here. Cabinets look pretty good. The appliances are mismatched, which kind of throws your whole impression off. And then it looks almost like there's an addition of some sort on the back. The yard is 110, but the house is very long, so you actually don't get much larger of a yard than some of the new subdivisions. Upstairs, parquet, you can switch that around. If you look closer at the tiles, some of them are a little bit kind of off. They're straight, but they're actually laid where they actually have some of them stick out a little bit more than the others. Good sized bedrooms. The basement, to me, the workmanship was not very good at all. That's the backyard, and I actually think they make it look a lot bigger in the photos than it is in person. The thing I really liked about this one is when you turn on the street, you almost have to go about 2 kilometers an hour because there's kids on bikes everywhere. There's tons of kids, young families. Has a nice, warm, welcoming impression. So that's the story on that one. So this one on Aired is an Azalea model, 2,200 square feet, no finished basement. I think they're a little bit high, but as a comparison, there's a smaller home with a finished basement for the same price, and not kept very well, and just dirty. And so if this one shows well, there's a tenant in here. So I mean, in terms of how tenants leave their place, it actually looks pretty good. I think both of them they're kind of playing at the same level, but I can't see either one really selling for close to the 560. Now this is an interesting one on Bussel because at 1,500 square feet, that's a very small double garage home. There's been some Mattamy homes around kind of 1,600 square feet that have sold around 550. This one has some nice upgrades, and the other thing that it has that I think really boosted it was the walkout basement here. So if you look at the right there, I mean, that's handy. That's even handy if you had someone living down in the basement. Green space behind. Sold conditional, just like real quick. Anything double garage, I don't care what size it is, anywhere around 550 right now is definitely getting a lot of attention. I wouldn't doubt that these guys even crept up and close to 570. We'll see the sale price reported. Now, it's not always published because it's against the privacy laws, but if you ever want to know what something sells for, send us an email. We'll be glad to share it with you. Got a real nice lot size on Ridge, 66 frontage, very nice, almost 150 deep, extremely nice. Inside, well, there's the yard there. I shouldn't just skip over that. But that's a yard that people kind of wait for. Above ground pools aren't really something that people go crazy for, but it looks like they've built it out pretty well. There's a little hot tub in the back. They talk about a Barzotti kitchen that does carry some weight. Good quality made cabinets. But they do look a little bit old. A lot of them have that kind of real wood look. Typically to refinish those, you're looking about $100 a door. So yeah, this one I think lot, neighborhood, everything is great about this one. So we'll see what happens. So here's the one at 25 in Britannia. They make it sound in the description like it's right on the corner, but it's actually one of the ones up here. If this is 25, that's Britannia. Britannia is going to be a 6-lane road eventually. And obviously 25 there's a lot of connection there to Oakville and the GO train. So this is definitely a prime location for redevelopment. There's Mattamy homes that are already kind of planned and zoned out this way. So properties right here, 0.79 of an acre. So when you do the math on this, you're looking at about 1.2 million per acre. Now we've seen in town close to the Metro Plaza, we've seen that land go for like 1.2, probably around the same size. So I think the price they're asking is fair. It's just a question of how would you. There's about 4 plots of land here, and then you've got the Boyne Community Center that owns this big tract of land. So this whole corner, there'd be probably a highest and best use for it. I usually defer to some close friends and experts about the some of the uses that you could do. So if you want me to kind of connect you with those resources, just send me an email, give me a call. We'll get it hooked up. There we go. That's the list. If you have any questions, reach out. We're here to help. And remember, the buyer class is this Saturday afternoon. You can sign up just over there and have yourself a wonderful day.